Next, we will discuss the special cases of damping, that is heavily damping, critical damping and lightly damping. So that the special cases of damping will be based upon the values of b square and omega square, as we have discussed in the previous lecture. So we know that x, the solution of damped mechanical oscillator x, is equal to a1 e raised to power minus bt and plus square root b square minus omega square t and plus a2 e power bt minus square root of b square minus omega square into t. So these are the two different terms used in the value of x. So we will describe or discuss this equation in detail by taking three cases. So first case, that is case 1, which is also called heavily damping or over damping. So what is over damping? What is heavily damping? It is the damping in which b square is greater than omega square, that is this factor or this value within the square root, that is b square minus omega square. If b square is greater than omega square, then this value is positive and the square root of positive term is real, and we will get the answer which is totally real in nature. So on putting b square is greater than omega square, this implies b square minus omega square is positive and the square root of b square minus omega square is real and positive, this one. So this x may be written as this e power minus bt. E power minus bt is common in both terms, so it is common e power minus bt into a1 into this e power under root b square minus omega square t. You know that e power a plus b is e power a into e power b. So e power a is common, e power b is remaining term. Similarly, second, it is a2 e power minus under root b square minus omega square into t, this one. So we can separate this e power a plus b. So in this way, this x may be written as like this. Now in this case, case 1, it is positive, so e power any real number. So we know that since e power any theta is equal to cos hyperbolic theta plus sin hyperbolic theta. So you have already familiar this h function, that is cos hyperbolic h, cos h, it is sin h. So these are the functions derived from cos and sin, but h, that is hyperbolic function, is also added. It will become cos h and sin h. So what is the difference between cos and sin and cos h and sin h? So we know that cos theta and sin theta, these are periodic functions or oscillatory functions, but cos hyperbolic theta and sin hyperbolic theta, these are non-periodic in nature or non-oscillatory functions. So, this is the difference in cos theta and cos h theta, sin theta and sin h theta. But the remaining formulae for these functions are same like as sin and cos. So, we may split or separate this function, that is e power minus bt is common, and a1 this e power theta means cos hyperbolic under root b square minus omega square t plus sin hyperbolic b square minus omega square into t. Similarly, second a2 into this e power minus theta. So, it is cos hyperbolic theta, that is b square minus omega square into t, and minus sin hyperbolic b square minus omega square into t. So, these are the solutions, that is e power theta is this and e power minus theta is cos hyperbolic theta minus sin hyperbolic theta. So, I have used these formulae, e power theta is like this and e power minus theta is like this. So, on putting the values of this e power theta is here and e power minus theta here, and we get the value of x like this. Now, separate both functions. X is equal to e power minus bt into cos h, taking cos h, theta is common, that is cos hyperbolic under root b square minus omega square t is common, this one, and event term is a1 plus a2. Similarly, sin hyperbolic b square minus omega square t is common, and remaining term is a1 minus a2, a1 minus a2. So, this is the final answer we get on solving the equation of x by putting the condition b square is greater than omega square. So, I have not taken any change or observed any change in this formula because it is positive term. Now, we will discuss this result. So, this result consists of cos hyperbolic and sin hyperbolic functions. So, this solution consisting of cos h and sin h functions, and these are non-periodic functions. So, if we plot the graph between x and t, then we will get the answer like this. So, this function is decreasing and it is non-periodic or non-harmonic, just like simple function, decreasing function. Now, this case is called heavily damping case. Now, second part we will describe the critical damping. So, second case, that is critical damping. So, what is this damping? It is nothing, it is b square is equal to omega square. So, if b square is equal to omega square, then this case describes the critical damping. So, what is this condition? And we will apply this condition in equation of x. So, we know we have x is equal to e power minus beta t bt into a1 e power b square minus omega square t. T is outside the this under root, and plus a2 e power under root b square minus omega square into t. This one. Now putting value b square is equal to omega square in this equation. So you will get b square omega square, it implies b square minus omega square is 0, because you will take this omega square on left hand side and you will get 0. So this term become 0 square root, that is 0. It is 0, it also 0. So we will get x is equal to e power minus bt into a1 e power 0 plus a2 e power minus 0. So you know that e power 0 is 1, it is e power minus bt into a1 plus e power minus 0 is also 1, a1 plus a2. So these two constants may be taken as a single constant. So it is any constant c e power minus bt, that is a1 plus a2, it is c. This is the solution which is obtained from the condition of critical damping. But this solution is not acceptable. It is not acceptable. Why it is not acceptable? Because we have already studied or discussed that the equation for damped oscillator is second order differential equation, and the solution of the second order equation must contain two terms, but this solution contain only one term. So it is, this solution is not acceptable. It means it is not possible. Now what we will do for this case when there is a single term, but in second order equation there should be two terms. So we will consider b square is slightly or approximately equal to omega square. It is not exactly equal, but b square is approximately equal to omega square, or b square is slightly greater than omega square. Means this omega square is very small. It is greater by very small quantity than omega square. So we will take this b square minus omega square, this one, under root. It is not exactly 0, but it is tends to 0, or I will consider it as delta. So this delta is nothing, it is very small quantity, a very small quantity. So why I have used this delta? Because b square is approximately equal to omega square, but b square is slightly more than omega square. So when we subtract it, then we will get a very small quantity, and under root of very small quantity is also very small. So it is very small. So this condition is only used to get the exact solution or possible solution of second order differential equation. So now the value for x is minus e power minus bt into a1 e power delta t, because you know that here e is minus b square minus omega square under root into t, that is delta t, and a2 is minus delta into t. So this is the final solution or final answer which we will get from the this condition, b square is slightly more than omega square. Now we will expand this e power delta t and e power minus delta t. So you know that this a1 into e power delta t is 1 plus delta into t plus higher powers of delta t, and similarly it is a2 into 1 minus delta into t plus higher powers of delta into t. As we know, delta is very, very small, then higher powers of delta can be neglected. So, we will consider only two terms. First term, that is e power minus bt into a1 1 plus delta into t plus a2 1 minus delta into t, this one, and finally we will get e power minus bt into this one a1 plus a1 delta t, and it is a2 minus a2 into delta t, or it may be written as a1 plus a2, this constants, and plus it is delta into t common and a1 minus a2. Now, this solution is acceptable. Why? Because it consists of two terms, the first term and it is second term. Now, this solution is acceptable. So, this solution is called, it is called critical damping solution. So, if we plot the graph between x and t, then we will get just this type of graph. The damping is slowly, and it will reach at the 0 at very high value and very large value of t. So, this is the case of critical damping. Now, in third case, we will discuss b square is less than omega square, that is lightly damping case, and we will solve or discuss that third case in the next lecture, because all these cases are very important. Thank you very much.